Mistakes are being made today, and I do not regret them. I'm going to be taste testing every single appetizer from Outback to let you know once and for all which ones are the best. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Outback to me is one of the best chain restaurants that you can have. Do people have Outbacks? Is that something that you can aspire to just have one day, is an Outback? Outback to me is a place you go when you celebrate amazing milestones. Prom, that's where we went for prom. That and Olive Garden. Graduation. Getting paid every 2 weeks. We're going to Outback. And I have a massive spread back here. I spent over $160 on all of these items. And truly, every time I do one of these videos, I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. And then suddenly all the food ends up being gone over the course of 3 or 4 days. Should I start with the Bloomin Onion? Bloomin with the apostrophe. Get that G out of here. The Bloomin Onion was one of the most life-altering menu items that happened, I think, in the 90s. Don't quote me on that. This looked so much better before I shot this video. Matt was down here for lunch, and let's just say he had a bite or 27. It looks a little mauled and mangled, but that's a good thing. It's like being zapped into a time warp as soon as I put this in my mouth. Oh, heavenly. Dear Jesus, forgive me for I have sinned. Nothing can beat that. Nothing can beat that. I mean, maybe like 12 other things can that I ordered. You have to wait to the end to find out. I wish I had something witty and fun to say about it, but honestly, it's so emotional for me. It's so good. I don't really have words. Let me know what food in your life gets you like that. There's a limited appetizer snack that's available right now. It is the spinach cheese dip, I believe. I've been very into cheese dips recently. I don't know if you saw my pizza dip video, but that queso that we had was so good, and I've been buying it in bulk. I'm not telling Matt. I've just been hiding it in the back of the refrigerator. And when I'm alone and no one's around, I sneak it in the microwave and sit and watch a serial killer documentary and just eat my cheese. I've had a bunch of spinach artichoke dips on this channel, and none of them have been very good. That one is fine. It's got too much spinach in it. Who wants spinach in their spinach artichoke dip? It's also very salty. I don't know if they add salt to it or if it's the cheese is that salty, but if you've got some blood pressure issues, that might not be the pick for you. I did order some soups because I feel like soups can sometimes be appetizers, and I feel like a nice creamy cheesy potato soup sounded like something I just wanted to eat today. I can make up all the rules. If this were a religion, I'd be the pastor. Okay, soups are really hard to be mind-blowingly delicious. Like, a soup is kind of a soup. It's either a good soup or a bad soup. This is a superb soup. I probably just lost subscribers. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna tell Matt this is good. Every time I do a video, he's like, which ones are really good? This is gonna go in the really bad pile so that I get to have this whole cup to myself. I should have got the bowl. Let's keep the soup train going. This is the French onion soup. It really is just onions, broth, and then bread soaked up in it, and sometimes with cheese on top. The texture always weirds me out, and this one traveled an hour to my house, and so it kind of like congealed. What I like about it is it's robust in its flavor. It's really good. If you can get through the consistency part of a French onion soup, this has got to be one of the best ones you can get at a restaurant. It is really hard to mess up cheese fries. The cheese fries from Outback are slathered in cheese, of course, and then their bacon is not right. How can something be so good? These are precious potatoes. Am I losing it? I think there are drugs in here. There must be a wing on the appetizer menu, and Outback has these wings. They're not particularly saucy, but it comes with this blue cheese dip. Actually, that's a pretty damn good wing. It kind of is more of a smoky flavor. It doesn't have like a strong saucy flavor, but there's something really nice and like grill-like about it. I'm very impressed. A wedge salad, an iceberg wedge salad, is the cheapest way to feel fancy. Because you know, fancy salads have like super green lettuce in them that are healthy, full of antioxidants, really good for your overall health. Iceberg lettuce is basically air. So when you get an iceberg wedge with crumbled blue cheese and tomatoes and onions, you feel fancy without actually being fancy. Oh, this one has bacon on it too. Things are just getting better by the moment. Cheap fancy. There's something about Outback's bacon that soups up anything. I can't believe I made it this far without the mac and cheese bites. It comes with a special sauce, a creamy sauce with mac and cheese balls. I don't know if it gets much better. You guys realize how much the Cheesecake Factory mac and cheese balls changed my world. These feel a little dry on the inside. It doesn't feel as creamy. It doesn't feel as cheesy. Like I can tell it's somewhat of a cheese sauce. Like if you told me that was like a potato ball, I would believe you. I don't know if the mac and cheese essences are smacking me in the face. It probably will smack me in the digestive tract here in a few minutes. So, all right, I'm moving into this dip sauce thing. It's ground beef, onions, peppers. It looks kind of like a Southwestern cheese dip. It's really skimpy on the cheese, which is probably a good sign. When Chili's was skimpy on the cheese, they had good reason to be because it was just so freaking good. That was good. It kind of tasted like something that your mom or your grandma would make for a party with all your high school friends when they come over to your house, because your house was the cool house because your parents didn't care if your friends showed up drunk. And your mom was surveying the room and she was like, oh, I think these children have gotten into something. Let me make them some cheese dip. Can you tell? That was my house growing up. My mom was kind of like the mom in Mean Girls.
What kind of mother do you think I am? Why do you want a little bit? Because if you're gonna drink, I'd rather you do it in the house.
I have one more stop until things get dark. Next are fried mushrooms, which also mushrooms are not necessarily a food that I gravitate towards. Australians, if you're watching, do you guys have Outbacks and are they sacrilegious? I hope I'm not upsetting all of my Australian friends. Am I crazy? That just tastes like the Bloomin' Onion, but a little thicker and a little juicier. You still have that seasoned, crispy, crunchy outside, but the inside is just a little girthier, a little more to chew, a little more to experience, a little more to enjoy. It doesn't taste like a mushroom to me, which is interesting. It kind of tastes more like an onion, but I think it's because I'm so used to the Bloomin' Onion seasoning that I can't detach it from anything else. Actually, I have a rib on here, and I've never eaten a rib in my life that I can remember. I've eaten those rib sandwiches they used to give you in the cafeteria in elementary school. Comment below if you know what I'm talking about. Should I watch a YouTube tutorial? I think I have to watch a YouTube tutorial. I can't even talk. I think I'm hallucinating. How to eat. Do you think there are other people who have searched this? How to eat ribs like a pro. There is a video to teach you how to eat ribs.
There's a great mouthfeel to it.
Great mouthfeels. Love those.
With a fork and a knife is silly.
Oh, I can't use a fork. No, he says it's silly.
Right there. Then you're just gonna pick up your rib, hold it by both ends of the bone.
Oh, so you just eat it.
Eat off one side.
Well, that was a really dumb thing to watch. Here we go. Okay, I just want to lick my fingers as the appetizer. Is that frowned upon? Probably. Not if you're alone. It's tangy and sweet. It's like a really nice balance of a smoky, robust flavor with a little bit of like a zing to it. It's really a nice balance. I think it's probably one of the best ribs I've ever had because I haven't had any yet. You guys know I have a fear of fish, I have a fear of seafood. I don't eat seafood, I hate seafood. Why does this look like a sea creature that just was plopped out of the sea? I know it's kind of breaded and there's a shrimp hiding in there. That looks like it's gonna finish me off. That sauce is like a jelly. I don't like that. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting savory and I must go in for just the grilled shrimp. Thanks to you all, I did get confirmation that the vein inside of the shrimp is poop. People have been lying to me my whole life. I feel like people have been lying to me just to get me to eat it. That's not morally right. I need to get rid of all of my friends and all of my family and start over because they're all liars. I'm gonna do it for you. Ready? No. It tastes like a wave just hit me in the face. I mean, it's fine. The flavor is good. I think if you like the taste of the sea, then you'll like it. Someone like me who hates seafood, I can't. I think I have to take a bathroom break. Hold on. I've made it to my final item. It is the ahi tuna. Now, I tried to get Matt to eat this when I brought this home originally, and he wouldn't. He doesn't like raw seafood, which can you imagine how I feel? It's kind of clear and jelly-like. It's not bad. It's not good to me personally, but I could see how someone might like it if they don't have emotional and mental trauma. The flavor's good, it's smoky. It almost tastes like a filet. It's not too bad. The time has come. I have the top 10 best appetizers that you can get at Outback. Get ready, Freddy. In the 10th spot, I have the mac and cheese balls. I thought they would place higher, I'm not gonna lie, but they are good enough to make it to a top 10 because mac and cheese balls just are always in a top 10 of any place. Coming in at number 9 is a cheap, fancy option, the iceberg wedge salad. It's like your gateway into fancydom. At number 8, I have the French onion soup. The consistency is a little weird, especially to go, but that flavor though, that flavor though. In 7th place, I have the wings. There's like a nice smoky Outback vibe to those wings that I actually enjoy, and I usually don't love wings. Coming up next is the 3 cheese steak dip. I called it cheeseburger in my notes, but that's not what it's actually called, but it kind of tastes like a cheeseburger in a dip. Next are the Sydney Shrooms. So surprisingly good, very similar to the Bloomin' Onion. Next are the ribs. Oh, that sweet smoky flavor. My finger's gonna smell like them for the rest of the day. In number 3, I have the potato soup. Mind-blowingly good. In 2nd place, the cheese fries. Why are they so good? The number 1 best appetizer you can get at Outback, y'all know, is the Bloomin' Onion. It is iconic, it's legendary for a purpose, it is famous. It is the Tom Hanks, the Morgan Freeman of restaurant snacks, and it's delicious. And if you go to Outback and don't order the Bloomin' Onion, who are you even?